Welcome to Us Crazy Christians, where we uncover Christian myths and Bible misinterpretations with common sense Christianity. I'm your host, William E. Smith. Today we're going to talk about building your own ark. Stick around. I want to start this video off with a question. Did God build the ark that saved Noah and his family? Think about it. We'll come back to it. I get calls often, and honestly have been getting them for years. Somebody calling me 1 o'clock in the morning with tears in their eyes, crying mad, asking me to explain why God allowed this or that to happen. Why did their mama die? Why did God let my daddy die? Why did God take my daughter? Why didn't God save my marriage? Why did my daughter get raped? Why didn't God stop her? Hard questions. But I believe that this confusion comes only because religion has taught us that God is in control of everything. But I want to ask you, is it possible that we have simply misunderstood God's role in the earth? Is it simply easier for us to place blame on things that happen to us to either God, the devil, or our parents, as opposed to simply taking responsibility for ourselves? What if, after God created the heavens and the earth, that he simply rested just like Scripture suggested? What if he gave us dominion over the earth, like Scripture suggested? What if he gave us the keys to the kingdom so that we can open whatever doors we need to, like Scripture suggests? Think about it. This is another alternative. Consider this. Maybe God's role on the earth is similar to how when President Obama was in office. President Obama was the leader of the free world, the president of the United States. But although he was president, he had no idea about a fight breaking out at Hart Plaza in downtown Detroit. President Obama didn't know about a car accident in Kentucky. President Obama didn't know if 2 of his aides were sneaking off to go make out in one of the presidential rooms, in one of the closets. President Obama had no idea, and they were in the same house he lived in the White House. But he was still the leader of the free world. President Obama set up people, and he had people in different positions to handle stuff in their area. He had senators, governors, mayors, city councils, police. Maybe God's role in the earth is similar to that. Maybe we're in charge of our district, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Maybe that's what God has done with us. He has placed us in positions of authority on the earth. And he has faith in us to carry out our duties which he has equipped us to do. President Obama did not expect the governor of Michigan to run to him every time the governor of Michigan had an issue in Michigan. He expected the governor of Michigan to govern Michigan. Just as the governor of Michigan doesn't expect the mayor of Detroit to continually run to the governor of Michigan every time the mayor of Detroit has an issue in Detroit. Maybe God runs the world like the owner of Starbucks. There are Starbucks locations all over the world. And the owner has allowed the owners of those individual businesses to run them. He has faith that they will handle them appropriately. He does not expect to be called every time there is an issue with one of the customers. Probably in California or on the golf course. Not waiting for the owner of Starbucks on Jefferson in Detroit to call him to say, hey, I got an irate customer in here. Not enough sales in here. He expects that owner of that store in that city to handle it. The owner of Starbucks gives each individual store owner wisdom, knowledge. Say, hey, I've done it like this. This has been successful for me. This is why you want to be a part of it. So my wisdom would say, you should do this and you should do that. And he trusts that that store owner will be wise enough to decide if he wants to take that wisdom or not. Maybe that's how God responds to us. He's given us everything we need. And he says, the only thing you may not have is wisdom, the wisdom that I have. But you can come to me and I'll give it to you freely. If any man lacks wisdom, Father, let him ask of the Father who gives liberally. So if you need wisdom, just go to God. But maybe God is still expecting you to handle the issues in your district, in your area, in your space, in your life. Now, I plan to start my own business one day. And I intend, once it's up and running and I've shown my kids what they need to do to continue it on, that I am going to let it go. And I'm going to be in the Bahamas on the beach somewhere, or in my apartment relaxing. And I have faith in them that they will run the business and do well with it and even do better at it than I did. And I am not going to micromanage them. I am not going to come in every day checking on them. And I will be bothered if they're constantly calling me, asking me what to do about this, what to do about that. Dad, what about this? Dad, what about this? So-and-so is acting up. These people not getting along. The business is suffering right here. Dad, what? In that case, I didn't have to ever retire in the first place. I could have just kept running the business. And I'm not insecure enough that I need you to call me for every single thing. I want you to go handle it. I trust in my children. I have faith in them that they're going to do well. I believe they'll do better than if I was running it myself. So if that is how I would run a business or a corporation, are you suggesting that maybe I am a better business owner, a better manager, a better leader than God? Are you thinking subconsciously maybe that I have more faith and trust in my children than God has in his, than God has in me, than God has in you? Maybe God has equipped us with everything we need to be successful. Maybe we are responsible for everything that happens in this world, and especially in our lives. Maybe we've been already equipped by God to fix whatever things are broken. Maybe we are handicapping ourselves by always looking for God to come and rescue us. If my grown children need to continually come to their dad to be rescued, then I have done a horrible job raising them. And almost the entire of society would agree with that. But for some reason, we can be grown children of God, ambassadors of God, soldiers in the army of the Lord, etc., etc. Been saved, sanctified 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Still crying out to God to come and rescue us for every little thing. God, who do we marry? God, what job should we take? Where should we live? Where should we move? What is our calling in life? What do you want us to do? Like little bitty babies. God, feed me. And for some reason, we don't give God that stigma of a bad daddy, which is probably good because he's not. Is it possible that we have just placed the blame, that we have just been codependent, needy, insecure, and we cling to God like we can't do nothing on our own, like he didn't raise good children, like he has no faith in us? And I believe that sometimes the religious teaching that some of the churches teach us have aided in that belief that we need God for everything. But let's look at it logically, like this channel says, with common sense Christianity. Is that really healthy? Is that really good? And has it been successful in your life? Maybe we need to grow up and fix things ourselves. Maybe we need to grow up and be the peacemakers we need, so we can have the peace we need. Maybe we can make people safe. Maybe we can heal people. maybe we can heal ourselves. But we will never know as long as we stay on our knees constantly begging God to save us, to heal us, to fix us, to rescue us. It's like a man in the water in the Detroit River, and all around him is a boat, a life raft, wood, planks, everything, and he just standing there flailing his arms. Help me, God, come rescue me. Coast Guard, come rescue me. Police, come rescue me. I'm the man on the bridge, the Belle Isle Bridge, yelling out, grab the life raft, jump in the boat. God gave you a boat, he gave you a life raft, he gave you wood planks, he gave you legs, the water ain't that deep, stand up. Now look, if you have a track record of crying and begging out to God to rescue you, and it's been working, you stick with it. But what I'm experiencing, what I experienced in my own life, what I've experienced on a regular basis right now, when I'm getting these late night calls, early morning calls, tears crying, grown men been saved 20, 30, 40 years. Why God this? Why God that? What about this? What? Now, I'm not picking on you, and I'm not picking on anybody who has that issue, because for a fact, I have done that and have been that for at least 40 years of my own life. So I'm dealing with my own shame in that. Upset that it took me so damn long to just grow up. Look, I got more I want to get into, but I don't want to make this video too long, so we're going to do a part 2. Let what I said marinate. Pray about it. Use your common sense Christianity and decide for yourself. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning guest that haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free. Plus, hit the notifications bell to be notified every time we post a new video. Is it possible that God is more loving, kind, and compassionate than we previously imagined? Thanks for watching us crazy Christians. Until next time, be blessed.